Welcome back to the show. We got a great one lined up for you. Somebody roll that beautiful intro.
Digital Perspectives with Brad Kimes. Come on in.
Welcome back to the show. You can follow us on Twitter, YouTube, and digperspectives.com for exclusive content. Right now, $2.18 trillion market cap for crypto. The market is off by 1.1%. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. 59,000 slightly over for Bitcoin now. 2,600 plus for Ethereum. 115 billion plus market cap for Tether. 34 billion plus market cap for USDC. And XRP at the number 7 spot is 57 cents, up 0.1 on the 24, but up 14.3 on the 7-day. Let's look at the range of price very quickly here. 56 to 58 cents, and we're sitting at 58, so we'll keep an eye on it. Look, I wanted to show you this because obviously you guys know, if you've been with me, that it's affected me in my life. But look at this. Dr. Fauci admits he's infected with COVID for the third time after being vaccinated and boosted 6 times. Listen, it doesn't work. And the only thing that does work about it is creating side effects or harmful effects from the damn shot. So if you have suffered that, or you have fears that you may suffer some side effects, well, this here from Dr. McCullough is a recommendation on how to detox your body from the spike proteins that are gathered from the shot, that come from that shot. So if you want to do a spike detox, and like I have, then you're going to want to get a hold of this. And I've got it so you can get a discount too. The code and the discount link underneath the video, DP Health. That's all you need to use. And get yourself the spike detox so you can get your body flushed out from the actual side effects, or hopefully the harmful effects of any of the shot itself. So you can get the spike support, which is the detox, or you can get the medical emergency kit, which honestly every family should have, with ivermectin, Z-Pak, and amoxicillin in it. Every family needs one of these packs. There's no question. And if you've had issues like I have, you're going to want the other as well. So let's get that, and you take advantage of that discount before it's gone. 10% discount. Make sure you check it out. Now, I want to give this props right here. This is John Deaton, as we know, the field general for the XRP Army, soon to unseat Senator Warren in Massachusetts. I believe we are looking at the next Massachusetts senator. I'm encouraging and asking all of you to tag all of these people: Joe Rogan, Jamie Vernon, who works for Joe Rogan, producer of the Joe Rogan Show, Dana White, who's from Boston, Lex Friedman, who has his own podcast, Patrick Bet-David, who's actually had John Deaton on about ETHgate, but he needs to get him back on his show to understand what John's life was like as the food stamp warrior. Vincent Oshana, who also works at Valuetainment. And let's see if we can get the noise and the attention to this so they can all really help John Deaton get the attention he needs to put Massachusetts back on the map, and to make sure that this innovation of blockchain and DLT is not inhibited by Congress. And then we have this: Google's a monopoly. Should it be broken up? Oh, I think so. Take a listen to this.
What's your take here, and what will we see in the future? More regulation, more rulings like this, slap on the wrist, breakup. Is this more to come, or this is peak regulation in your mind of big tech?
Well, I think this is a good decision. I mean, Google clearly is a monopoly. In fact, it's at least 2 or 3 monopolies. They have a monopoly in search, they have a monopoly in advertising, and they at least have a dominant position in video with YouTube. And I think that it would be great if the government broke up this company. I mean, it should be at least 3 or 4 companies. I mean, there should be, search should be its own company, advertising should be its own company, YouTube should be spun out. And then I don't know if G Suite should be a separate company or should get lumped in with search. I don't know. But I think this should be at least 3 or 4 companies. And I think Republicans will be on board with that because, frankly, Google's a threat to democracy. If you go to Google and search for search results of anything related to the election, it is clearly so biased.
Explain that, yeah. Give an example.
If you want to get the latest info on Kamala Harris, just search for Donald Trump. I mean, compare the search results. And I've done this, and I've posted the results online. if you search for Trump, you'll get a bunch of negative articles on Trump, and you'll get positive articles about Harris. And then conversely, if you search for Kamala Harris, you'll get positive articles about her, and it's like Trump doesn't exist.
This is the world we live in, ladies and gentlemen. Like him or don't like him, that is irrelevant. The fact of the matter is if you're in a position where you think that this is okay to do because it's someone that you don't like, so it's okay if it happens to a Donald Trump or some other kind of person that you're not a fan of, well, in short order, you'll be next. And whoever it is you like will be next. Yeah, we can't allow for this. Google is absolutely a threat to democracy with the way they run their bias, and they should be broken up. And we should see other search engines come out without the bias that Google has to siphon off any strength that Google may feel that they have from the bias. Because I'll tell you, people will choose freedom every time. Time for a history lesson, says Smoke Dog. I love where this is going. You're going to love it today, too. I really do find. It says here, this is a perspective on Ripple's background that is not commonly discussed. Ripple emerged in 2004 as a mutual credit network before Bitcoin. Between 2012 and 2013, Ripple evolved into a DLT company with the XRP ledger, which combined the credit network business model with the crypto asset XRP. This is accurate. And until 2013, every cryptocurrency except Ripple XRP was based on the Bitcoin open source system. 2015 was when the companies pivoted to cross-border payments. Shortly after that, because of FinCEN court case, Ripple pivoted their target customers to financial institutions and banks. This allowed Ripple to rely on the regulatory compliance of banks instead of their own. The concept of Ripple and XRP is older than Bitcoin. It was not meant for retail. Clear? You know, he shows all of this here, right? All cryptocurrency software, exception of Ripple, was based on open source Bitcoin system. Ripple, formalization of remittance and correspondent banking, older than Bitcoin itself, emerged in 2004 as a mutual credit network. It says here, when the company pivoted towards cross-border payments in 2015, shortly after, Ripple applied and obtained a New York State license, BIT license, for institutional sales of crypto asset XRP. Ripple then pivoted towards financial institutions to partially outsource regulatory compliance, serving banks rather than individuals, meant for Ripple to be able to rely on banks' compliance departments rather than its own forces. Why am I showing you all of this? I'm showing you all of this because we need to reaffirm where we are right now. We just had the ruling in the remedies phase. Now we have a 60-day window to watch out for appeals. However, we should also watch out for just a lawsuit to be brought again. It doesn't have to necessarily be an appeal, right? It could be it could be an appeal. So let me get to where I'm talking about. So we keep telling you XRP is the one, but you just won't listen. Maybe some of these quotes will help you see the truth. Let's run these real quick. You'll see why I'm doing all of this. Brad Garlinghouse, XRP is a bridge currency. We believe it has the potential to reduce liquidity, cost, enable faster, lower cost cross-border payments. And it said Christine Lagarde, president of the European Central Bank, says Ripple is doing a lot of work in facilitating exchanges and making sure that there is no need for a central counterparty, but that we know exactly who is doing what and who is exchanging what. JP Morgan, if Ripple wins SEC lawsuit, XRP is poised for significant adoption. 2019, Bank of America, Ripple's technology is attractive for its ability to settle cross-border transactions almost instantly. David Schwartz, XRP was designed to be a better Bitcoin. World Economic Forum, Ripple's XRP is one of the most scalable and efficient digital assets available for cross-border payments. Jesse Lund from IBM, Ripple's approach with the XRP is interesting as it provides a digital asset that can settle in real time across multiple networks. SBI, Yoshitaka Kitao Company, XRP has the potential to become the global standard in digital currencies for cross-border transactions. Chris Larson, we're working with regulators. We're working with the central banks. I think that's an important part of our strategy. Christine Lagarde, again, Ripple has addressed many of the issues associated with cross-border payments, particularly around speed, transparency, and cost efficiency. American Express, Ripple offers a compelling proposition in cross-border transactions, reducing settlement times from days to seconds. Bank of America, Ripple's solution can potentially bring substantial cost efficiencies in our cross-border transactions. Yoshitaka Kitao himself. You see where this is going, right? Kathy Bessonant from Bank of America. Mark Andreessen, Digital Currency Group, Amazon Web Services, Ross Lacow from the IMF, International Monetary Fund, Google Ventures, Santander Bank. The list goes on and on. And I'm showing all of this because for the ones that can't read your quote up here, XRP is meant for retail, is the conversation being had. And listen to this clip from Dilip Rao when he was at Ripple.
Many people are using cryptos just to buy and sell and make quick gains out of it. Does it hurt the growth of cryptocurrencies, that usage for a quick buck?
So, it's kind of chicken and egg. You have to create a marketplace. And right now, we have 150, 200 exchanges around the world that trade in XRP. A lot of it, as you say, is very shallow trading by individuals. And that is not the use case that we are pursuing. What we are pursuing is the use of XRP as a financial asset by sophisticated institutions as a bridging mechanism. So does this hurt or harm? Well, it creates a lot of noise. And, we certainly don't want that much noise, but we're waiting. And for example, in this last quarter, the bulk of XRP sales were to institutional investors. And as this transitions away from retail to institutions who start to use it for wholesale, financial usage, that's when the turning
point will come. Turning away from retail to institutions. Now, that doesn't mean they're going to take the XRP away from you and me, right? But what we're talking about is or at least what I'm trying to talk about is the idea that it could get priced out of the hands of retail holders. How many retail holders can buy $60,000 Bitcoin right now? Right? My point is, and I want to show this, look at this. XRP community, Brad Garlinghouse, David Schwartz, Monica Long, and many more from the XRP community day and night events on September 6th in Tokyo. I said, geez, with that many heavies from Ripple attending at the same time, one has to wonder if they'll be launching the real USD at the event in Tokyo. I don't know the answer. But remember, that's September 6th. September 30th is the end of Q3. We're supposed to see the real USD somewhere around that time frame. Then there's a list of banks in Japan, they're going to be in Tokyo, that are set to use XRP. SBI, Mizuho, Sumitomo Mitsui Trust Bank, and you see the rest of it. These banks are a part of a larger consortium of 47 institutions in Japan that are moving towards the commercial phase of using Ripple's technology, particularly through SBI Ripple Asia. This is what we know. The reason I'm asking about an appeal is because on the summary judgment ruling, the SEC pushed back very hard, and they pushed back trying to get an interlocutory appeal, which was denied. But that's how badly they wanted to appeal that part of the case. They got denied, and it went past. I remember lawyers telling all of us that when the case is over, they could go back and appeal the original decision, if they choose to, of the summary judgment, which is where we got that secondary market sales are not securities, and XRP in and of itself is not a security. The reason I'm highlighting this is because I believe if we do see the SEC come back to appeal the summary judgment ruling that secondary market sales are securities, I believe we better be very careful, because that may be the appeal that begins to close the door as the institutions come into on board. That is something we should watch out for. If the SEC decides to appeal the summary judgment ruling of the case, it will tell me that they are going to work very hard on that appeal to stop secondary market sales to the public. And if that is the fight of an appeal by the SEC, then I think you know what is coming for us all. Institutional adoption. That's what's coming. Jeremy Hogan reminds all of us he gives it a 60-40 chance that the SEC will sue. Now, he rolled that back from a 70-30 to a 60-40. But still, the odds are great that we could see the SEC appeal. And if they do, over the secondary market sales, I'm telling you, that may be the signal we need to understand this is how they stop it from getting in the rest of the retail holders' hands and not out of ours. I think once you own it, you own it. That's how I believe it. But here it is, and here's the chart and where we are, regardless of the 50 cents action, the 50 plus cents action, 58 cents. This is what we look like on the macro. Who's bummed out now? Not this guy. And we're going into the Freedom Zone. I hope you will join us. Oh my goodness gracious. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. You're going to want to be in here. I'm telling you, we tackle it in here. And again, it's not for the faint of heart, most of it, but you'll need to see it because all of this stuff in here is the kind of material that you could never, ever comfortably cover on the channel without it being an issue with a communist platform like YouTube. There's no question. Which is owned by Google, which also needs to be broken up because it's a monopoly. No question about it. All right, we're going into the Freedom Zone right now. Not financial advice from me or anyone else. Come on in.